I think there is something very wrong with the way that people think of being a victim and victim mentality. Having someone do something horrible to you and being hurt by it and being traumatized by it and needing to work through it and heal from it is not having victim mentality. The idea that someone can do something to you and you not be hurt by it is absolutely ludicrous. It totally discounts who we are as human beings. As I explain to you what I believe victim mentality is, take a moment and bring to mind your favorite narcissist. Victim mentality is really a pathological lack of self-awareness, accountability, and being really disconnected from reality so that you project all of your stuff onto other people. It's not saying, I've been hurt and traumatized, and these things have hurt me, and they have messed me up, and I am going to need to get some help and work through these things. As a matter of fact, admitting that is not victim mentality. It is brave and it is an honest thing to do because it actually takes a lot more courage to say that you have been hurt by the thing that somebody else does. Because in our culture, this whole acting like somebody did something awful and you shouldn't be hurt by it, that is an abusive culture. If you look up what reactive abuse is, I mean, if you want to control people, the best thing to do is to hurt them and abuse them. And then when they get upset by it or get hurt by it or get angry at it, tell them that they're being a victim. Tell them that they have victim mentality. Like, what a better way to control someone and make them ashamed of those very sane and natural responses to abuse. And that is an inherent thing inside of the patriarchal culture, inside of most religions. I mean, look up any cult. I mean, that is in there. Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim. People who have victim mentality can't take responsibility for anything. And that in itself is a disorder. It is because of trauma and because of abuse. So I'm not even saying somebody with victim mentality is a terrible person. I'm just saying what somebody with real victim mentality has is more of an inability to feel shame, or they feel shame so much they can't even tap into that. It's like a volcano. So they can't really afford a lot of self-awareness because if they start to look at themselves and they feel shame, it brings up all these traumatic things and all of these experiences, and they just don't have an ability to handle it. But unfortunately, people with true victim mentality often are very abusive, and they're abusive because if you can't get through some of those initial stingy emotions and you can't take accountability or responsibility or deal with these deeper parts of yourself and they don't go away, so you just have to project them outward, then you'll make everybody else the abuser doing the exact abuse that you're doing. Being hurt by someone and admitting that you're hurt and admitting that it gets to you and admitting to yourself and others that you're not bulletproof and that you need to be loved, that is actually a healthy thing because it means that you're probably going to take more care to surround yourself in life with people who aren't abusive and wouldn't make you ashamed of those feelings. Because only someone who is abusing you is telling you that by feeling hurt or being messed up because some bad stuff happens to you and you should just let it go and move on and get over it, and that makes you a victim. No, Because people who take responsibility or accountability or can even look into themselves and admit that they're hurting, I mean, that's the bravest thing you can do. Nothing victim-y about that. That's you owning that something bad has happened to you and that it hurts, which is completely authentic and real and vulnerable. And it takes a lot more courage to be vulnerable than it does to pretend that nothing bothers you. Because if you do that, you're going to project your shit all over everyone.